Alright, hello camera, welcome back to the channel. This of course is another anime reaction video. Today we are going to be reacting to Haikyuu, Riku versus Kuu, I believe, is what it's called. It's the OVA that happens in between seasons 3 and 4 of Haikyuu. I'm looking at myself in the recording, and if you can't tell, I kind of just like messily threw my hair back, so it kind of looks weird, especially this part in the middle. Yeah, I was just kind of doing... Why is it... Okay, you know what, it's fine. But today we're of course going to be... Oh, what am I saying? If you haven't watched any of the other series I'm currently reacting to on the channel, which I doubt you have, you know, I'm obviously experimenting with recording on OBS with my webcam, my built-in laptop webcam, to streamline the process, make this whole reaction video making process a lot easier than recording it on a camera, recording audio, putting them together, syncing them both up, and then the actual episode. It'll be a little bit easier doing it this way. It's still going to be a bit hard. If you can hear, the fans on my laptop are going right now, because in the background, I'm also, I'm putting episodes 13 and 14 of Gintama through Handbrake, so I can have the subtitles in the video, and also because Premiere Pro does not like MKV files, which is the file type you need to like be able to soft sub, I think. I don't know if you can do that with other file types, but that's typically what I've seen for a series where you can change the subtitles out and they're not like hard baked into the actual episode. It's MKV files. So that's that. I'm also recording this with OBS, so it's going to be a little bit noisy maybe, but that's all besides the point. This OVA is meant to be sort of like a bridge, I assume, between Season 3 and Season 4. It's going to be the match between Fukurodani and Nekoma, which isn't technically like super important, because I'm sure I'll learn eventually who makes it to the next, who wins the match, basically. I'm pretty sure it's going to be Nekoma. They hold more weight in terms of like story and like emotional narrative, I guess you could say. So they're probably going to be the ones to make it. But I'm interested to see how it goes. It probably won't be as super intense or hype as Season 3, mostly because they're not the main characters. Like, I like them both, but even if they do have some like really nice animation moments, they're probably not going to be as hype personally for me, just because I like all of Karasuno more than like the few characters from each team, from Fukurodani and Nekoma, that I like a little bit, you know? Like, I like Kuro and Kenma, I believe, but those two alone don't supersede, I think is the word I'm looking for, my love for all of Karasuno. Same thing for Fukurodani. I like Bokuto, but not more than I like all of Karasuno. So with that all being said, let's get into the OVA. Yeah, wow, that was... I need to... Whoa. I have whiplash watching that episode. My god. That was... I don't know what to say, because on the one hand, for the most part, I did enjoy it, but on the other hand, so much was happening that I can't even like comprehend it. We met up with this group called Nohebi, which we've never heard of before, but apparently they're like rivals with Nekoma, I guess. Now we had a match with Fukurodani that lasted like half the episode, and then we started with the match with Nohebi. I didn't even fully register that Nekoma lost against Fukurodani. I was so confused. Like, I've never been super into like anime analysis or critique. I'm not good at that sort of thing. But that was really weirdly paced. Like, initially I thought it was just going to be the Fukurodani and Nekoma match, so they can go to finals or whatever. But it wasn't that. It was the semifinals with Fukurodani, and it didn't even last a single episode. It didn't even last a full episode. And like, my head hurt. Let's go back to the timestamps that I have. 14:32. That might not be right. Come on. I just want to rewatch that cut of animation. Just real quick, muted in OBS. Just real quick. Yeah, that looked really nice. But I'm always not in the right application when I want to press space. Now let's real quick go to 1628. Okay, so looking at this boys Japan National Tournament Tokyo area qualifiers, venue Sumida City Gymnasium. So yeah, it's the loser bracket, but does that mean they're gonna get another chance to go to finals anyway if they can beat Nohebi, or I think actually, you know what? Actually, real quick, I forgot. Oh, okay, I see it now. I see it now. So this is there was always going to be two like schools from this section that would make it to go to nationals basically. I wonder if there's the same thing for the brackets in Karasuno's lineup. If so, what was the other team? Because I don't remember it being like this. But so Fukurodani's going against this school for a chance to go to be one of the schools that goes to finals, and Nekoma has a chance against Nobeni. I thought Fukurodani was going to be standing in our way to get Nekoma to be able to play against Karasuno in the finals on a national scale, but I guess not. It'll most likely end up with them both going, or maybe it'll be just Fukurodani. Because I think I was saying this earlier, but I didn't finish the thought, but it's kind of the opposite, where when we saw Nekoma early in Season 1, they weren't still legends like they were when Karasuno was still around, but Karasuno really fell off. But now it's kind of reverse. Nekoma isn't as strong as it used to be, but like it's getting back in the groove kind of, and Karasuno's really getting up there. But we'll have to see how the rest of this plays out. And the one other thing I wanted to look up is I recognized that girl. I figured out where it was from. It was from a tweet. It wasn't even when I used Twitter. I don't use Twitter anymore. I used to. I cut that shit out because Twitter sucks. But there was a tweet. It was so bad. Let me go find it, because it is primo cringe. And there was a reply. Oh no, did I already find it? It was already like fucking terrible, but then one of the replies is fucking hilarious. I cannot tell if this is like satire, but it's this tweet. Me with men in anime, me with men IRL. I thought she looked familiar. It's from this fucking shit. Where? Oh no. I mean, me. Yeah. It's shit like there was one, I can't remember what it was, but it was like someone replied with me with women in general, and it was a picture of it was like a low quality screenshot of Peter Griffin punching the shit out of Lois. so that was something. That's where I recognize that from. It also kind of looks similar to another thing. Fuck it, I'll go look it up now. Oh boy, because she looks similar to a character I've seen on the cover of something. I'm probably horribly wrong, and I definitely can't show it on screen. Don't worry. Can you see that in the reflection of my sunglasses? I'll see in editing. Oh, when do they add capture to this shit? Bicycle. Fuck. What? Fucking captcha. Jesus. Alright, let's see. Oh, it's not on here. Where is it? There it is. She does look kind of similar, but definitely isn't the same. not gonna put this on screen, but if you know, you know. The numbers are 156069. So you can go look it up for yourself. Fuck yeah! Could you see that in my sunglasses? I'll have to blur that shit out. We're gonna get started with the episode 2 of this OVA in a second, and I imagine it's gonna be pretty much the entire of it is gonna be the Nobeni match. All right. If I had to give that some kind of score, I think at most I could give these two OVAs like a 7. Like at most. Like they were fun, and it was nice to see some development of Nekoma. They pretty much got like center stage for these two OVAs, but I don't think I could give it more than a 7. Like even like the past 3 seasons of Haikyuu I've watched, honestly, I might realistically put those down like a point each. So season 1 would go down to an 8, and then 2 and 3 would go down to 9s. But the reason I rated them a point higher than I think they probably would be, now that I've literally thought about it, is because I usually rate them like right after I finish watching that season. And so the really electrifying hype moments I've just watched, they're still really fresh in my mind. So I'm like, it's a masterpiece. And it's a great series, but even with this, I don't feel that. Like, I think a 7 is definitely the highest I could go for this, because it just seemed like it wanted to do a lot in terms of the development of Nekoma and like the progression of this tournament. But because they had so little limited time, they couldn't actually do very much. And I think I mentioned it earlier, but the pacing was so like out of whack. I just didn't have enough time to really feel invested in any of the matches going on. So it was a good time. I don't feel like I wasted my time watching these, but I don't think, if I were ever to rewatch Haikyu, unless I was watching it alongside someone who's never seen a series before and they want to watch the OVAs, that's probably the only time I'd want to rewatch it. But if I were rewatching the series on my own in like a few years, maybe like, I don't know, if there's like a long enough gap in between like the end of season 4 to whenever the last season comes out or something, I might rewatch it by myself. And like, I wouldn't want to watch it again. I mean, there's nothing that really happened in it and I think that's the point of it being like a side story OVA, is like you don't need the information that this presents. It's just a fun little thing, and I think it was meant to sort of be like a holdover, like to keep people fed, I guess, keep anime fans fed, so to speak, while they waited for season 4. But who knows? Because obviously season 4 is already out, so I don't have to wait for season 4. Speaking of season 4, hopefully sometime next week, the week after at the latest, or sometime the 7th or the 2nd week of March, I'll start reacting to season 4 of Haikyu. The 3rd week of March at the latest is when I'm going to start it. And so if you enjoyed this and you want to see me go on to watch season 4 of Haikyu, then make sure to press the like button, leave a comment if you'd like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my uploads, whether it be Haikyu or anything else that I react to in the future. And that all being said, thank you all for watching. See you later, camera.